This is not about me, this is about you. As you leave here to go home, you make sure you connect to that burn that's inside of you. And you make sure whatever you struggle with, for me, it's that little boy that thought that my dad was right. You have everything that you need inside you. Hey, Stormy, I'm Ben. Nice to meet you. I look forward to being up there with you.
Oh, you're going to be up there with me? Oh, my God.
All of us together. All of us together.
Thank you. You basically was like, why?
Is there a certain order?
Oh, yes.
Star, is there a certain order?
Yeah, just stay here because I don't know.
Okay.
We're about to have rock stars get on.
Can I have this?
No, you can't have it.
I got a real dry voice.
I am Ben Newman, and I am a great friend of Jen Gottlieb. How about that? And Jen said, Ben, will you come out to build your brand live? I said, Jen, anything you need, I'm going to be there. Let's give a round of applause for her. What an amazing event. My dad and I always struggled in our relationship. Nothing was ever good enough for my father. He beat me down with his words so badly. Sometimes I wish he would have put a fist in my face because the bruises would have gone away a hell of a lot quicker than the 40 years of wounds that I had from his words. And I stood on my father's deathbed, and my father, 2 years ago, for the first time in my life, told me that he was proud of me. And my whole life, I was looking for those words of my father being proud of me. I was searching for them. I was waking up every day connecting to that burn. You'd look at everything I'd been doing on the internet, winning championships, doing that, thinking I got it all taken care of. But something wasn't right. I was broken. And I was searching for my dad's words, and finally he looks at me in between a bite of oatmeal and eggs less than 24 hours before he died. I didn't know that he was going to die the next day. Giving him a little coffee, and he looks up and he says, Ben, I'm very proud of you. Wow. And he said those words, and I didn't feel anything. I walked out of the door that day. I called my wife and I said, babe, like I've been going my whole life wanting to hear these words, and I was seeking the wrong truth. I ended up meeting the next week at a talk that I was giving for Emily Frisella for an event in St. Louis. The Frisella family is dear friends of mine, and I go to the event, and long story, but I had a staph infection removed from my ankle 2 days after my dad dies. It was crazy. So I'm on these crutches. I meet Dr. Gabrielle Lyon, which is where I met Jen in January. You would think Jen and I had known each other for 10 years. It feels like that. It's like brother and sister. It's amazing, our connection, but it started in January. Because when you have the right people in your life, amazing things happen. And so here I am. I've got this staph infection that I'm recovering from. Dr. Lyon sees me. I'm getting ready to go on stage. I show up on crutches. Like normally when I speak, it's hard to keep me in a chair. Like I'm like, let me go. And so I'm having a tough time right now. So here's what I'll share with you, okay? So here I am. Dr. Lyon comes up, and I'm sitting in this chair, and I just want to go. I want to get up, but I can't. They put me in this chair. And Dr. Lyon says to me, do you need a red light? Do you need this? Do you need that? Do you need this? And I was like, I've never met this woman. But I'm like, I think this woman needs to become my doctor. A week later, she and I are on a phone call. And here I am with Dr. Lyon on this phone call. It's like I thought I was going to talk about the recovery of the staph infection. And all of a sudden, she starts asking me about me. Open up your heart. Be transparent. What's going on with you? I said, my father had just died. And then finally, she says, you know what I want to do? I want to give you your mental freedom. And I thought, what doctor in the world has ever said to me, I want to give you your mental freedom? She introduces me to a woman named Dr. Silva. My first interaction with Dr. Silva says, Ben, I want you to think of these gates. I want you to think of these gates. As I think of these gates, I want you to think of gates in your life. So I think of these gates. I think of these big wrought iron gates. They're 30 feet high. They got stones on each side of them. So I'm thinking about these gates. She says, Ben, I want you to look at yourself and just picture yourself walking through those gates. And then when you walk through those gates, I want you to close those gates. She said, can you feel yourself on the other side with those closed gates? I said, absolutely I can. She says, you have the power to lock those gates and only let the right people in every single day. Jamie, for me, on April the 4th, as a result of what she put in that book, I read it at the time that I needed it. And so all of a sudden I'm reading from the pages and the doctor says to me, this book has hit you. Your father is still pulling at you. You need to love that little boy inside you because he's strong. So I want to encourage you, this is not about me, this is about you. As you leave here to go home, you make sure you connect to that burn that's inside of you. You make sure when you walk through those gates that you remind the pain, the challenge, the adversity that you've been through that has given you your greatest strength. And you make sure whatever you struggle with, for me it's that little boy that thought that my dad was right. You have everything that you need inside you. Look at these individuals as an example, and you make sure you put the right people in your life and you lock those damn gates every single day and go to work.
Love you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's incredible, you guys. I love you. Oh my God.
Good, how you doing?
Crushed it, man.
Thank you, brother.
The story, it broke down, man. My dad's still alive, but it's the same story for me. I'm just searching to hear those words. I'm proud of you, and I got to the point now he's still here, but I know I'm waiting for those words when I get to heaven, man. That God can tell me that I'm proud, like he's proud of me. That's why he's saying it.
Be proud of that little guy that's inside of you. The one who was searching for it. I write it down every day. One time a day, starting today, write it down and tell that little guy inside of you that you love him. Because you may not need those words if you hear them and they hit you, but make sure you take care of that little guy inside you.
Thank you, man.
All right?
I appreciate it. Can I get a
Yeah,
picture?
absolutely.
You're the fourth person who's spoken in these 3 days about legacy, about your parents passing and what it means and what did you leave behind and what are you looking forward to. The gate was perfect. Did you know that? You're going to say that before?
No.
Exactly. Because God uses you, and you're listening to Him, and you're speaking out the things that are truth. And this audience needed to hear that.
Amen.
So it's almost like, we're not at the end, I know, because Jamie has a lot to say. and
She's gonna crush it. That's my girl.
Her 20 list of comparing self-confidence and self-worth is so powerful that I sent it all over.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, yeah,
That's
fantastic.
awesome.
But what
Thank
you
you.
did was speak the truth through your heart, and I saw that, and
Thank
I
you.
felt it.
Thank
And everyone
you.
else did too, but it's mostly about me receiving the word and being grateful.
God bless you.
So
Thank you so much. Thank you, Naomi.
God bless you,
Thank
Dan.
you so much. God bless you. Nice to meet you.
I just wanted to say how much that message connected to me. My dad too. I was in a very similar situation. It wasn't that he physically or verbally beat me down. It was more just he wasn't present. He didn't believe in what I was doing, and because I was going down a different path, he didn't really see me as like a man. And so for a long time, I wanted his approval, and he ended up passing 2 years ago. So I never got the chance. I'll never get the chance to have that moment. But hearing you talk and that passion that you have, I'm ready to do the same, and I'm ready to just, like you said, close those fucking gates and and
One day at a
Go
time.
ahead. Yes, sir. And so
I'm gonna teach you something. L-I-T-M-F. Lean into the motherfucker. So every day, this pain, just lean into it. Lock those gates. And maybe there's a reason why you didn't hear those words, because you didn't need those words. I heard them and I didn't need them. Maybe you didn't need them. So just like me, make sure that you take care of that little guy inside you, because he's strong. And you're stronger than you think. And all the emotion you're trying to hold back right now, don't ever be afraid. Just let it go. All right? Yeah. God bless you. God bless you. Yeah. God bless you. Much love. So great being with you. We'll see you soon. Be so safe.
You're amazing.
You are.
Really good to see you.
Bye, Mom. Great meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
Adley out. Sam can't keep up. Great, sir. Great seeing you. Great seeing you. Thank you. Thank you. Sam can't keep up. All these people could keep up. Sam can't keep up. Come on, Sam. How you evaluate yourself. The difference from where you are to your greatness.
The powerful, the fun. Ben Newman is in this house, ladies and gentlemen. Give it a round. Let's go, Ben.